guys, I hope you all are fine. In today's video we will be discussing about the concept of back substitution method in recurrence relation, and importantly we have already written the code which we discussed in the previous video. If you don't have access of the video, I am putting it on description box. Now importantly we have again code of recursion, that because we are dealing with the complexity of recursion methods or recursion functions. So we have void hello and we have written int n. So if n is equal to 0, there is one condition, because every recursion always has a terminating condition. So we have a terminating condition of this as well. If n is equal to 0, it will just print one time, right? So it will just execute this function only one time, so it means it will exit. Then we have, if n is equal to 0, we have got a function call within itself. So over here hello is a function which is called within itself. It is running for n times. This hello is running for n minus 1 times, and then there is cout fine which is running for 1 time. So again the condition remains same. The entire function complexity is represented by Tn, which is a complexity of this entire code, and this is T of n which is represented. Now this function, this value actually is running for one time if my n value is 0, but it is running for hello n minus 1, means it is running for T of n minus 1 times, and there is one time it is running with fine. So it is running for T of n minus 1 plus 1 if my n value is greater than 0. So in back substitution method we need to substitute the values and we try to get the answers. So the substitution method works only for the recursion which is continued, and this is one which is continued, which is hello n minus 1. So I am going with that equation only. So we will have T of n is equal to T of n minus 1 plus 1, right? So this is one equation that we have given. Now we are going to substitute the values. It means what kind of values I can substitute. Clearly this n value is there and there is this n minus 1. So we just try to substitute the value of n minus 1 to T of n, see how this whole function can be. So I am just putting, if I just replace n with n minus 1, what will happen? I will get T of n minus 1 is equal to, I am just putting this n minus 1 in place of n. So this n is replaced by n minus 1, it would be n minus 1 minus 1 plus 1, I can write it as n minus 2. Now guys, just see what you have got. Earlier we had only Tn, now we had Tn minus 1. So that back substitution we have to do. So it means this is your 2. Now you have already got this particular value, right? So this value you have got over here only. So you can easily put this 2 answer in one. What you will get? You will get T of n is equal to this entire value over here. You will get T of n minus 2 plus 1. This is this particular value plus 1, right? So this is what you have got. You have got T of n minus 2 plus 2. Guys, just take a catch over here. We have got 3. Try to understand from 1 and 3. Like from 1 and 3, what you have got? 1 was saying that T of n is equal to T of n minus 1 plus 1, right? And this was your 1. And the second one was T of n was also giving T of n minus 2 plus 2. This is your 3. So it means this is T of n minus 1 and you are adding 1. T of n minus 2 you are adding 2. So it means this is a recursion process. It can continue for k times. So how we are going to go about that? If it is running for k times, so I can clearly write T of n would be equal to t of n minus k plus k, because minus 2 plus 2 minus 1 plus 1, if it is running for k times minus k plus k, so that clearly basically tells us yes, it is running for k times, and importantly we have to somewhere finish this recursion. So clearly there is one condition given over here, that if my n value is equal to 0, I will just print it for one time. So recursion can end, let's say this is your 4, recursion can end at t of 0. Why? Because if n value is equal to 0, I am ending my recursion. So it means it should end over here as well. If I put t of 0 over here, right? So t of 0 means, see, recursion should end somewhere. So that was ending condition was if n value was equal to 0. So the entire time complexity is with t of n. If this value is put up as 0, it means my recursion will end, and yes, k times it is working. So k is the ending of the recursion. So we got t of 0 plus I am writing k. T of 0, this is definitely running for how many times? One time. It is running for one time, and you have written k. It means the entire time complexity is dependent on the value of k. Since you have written n minus k is equal to 0, your k value can be treated as n. How it is treated as n? Because your n value is assigned k value. So it means k value actually is equal to your n value. So this n value you have written, and yes, your time complexity was t of 1 plus k, and 1 plus k means 1 plus k over here means your time complexity is n plus 1, but n plus 1 doesn't make any sense. The complexity should be either it is in the value of n, because if I compare n with 1, so n is a superior term and it is also a variable. So we got t of n plus 1, so n 1 can be ignored, so complexity would be t of n. So in my previous video, my time complexity was t of n is equal to n plus 1, it was there. So n plus 1 doesn't make any sense, because we have to calculate the time complexity either in the power of n, or it is a simple single one. But if I compare 1 with n, so n is a superior term, so we will cancel this one and get the complexity as n part. I hope this is clear to all. So if there is any doubt, kindly post in comment section, and kindly like, share and subscribe. I'll be happy to answer all the queries. Thank you.